Hey everyone, how's it going? It's thomasdotd, and today we're gonna take a trip back in time. I'm gonna open up and run these old G-scale Thomas trains. Now these models, they're really old. These were actually the first Lionel Thomas items before they released their O-gauge line. The packaging is really simplistic, and it's honestly a product of the time. Now here's something really interesting. Notice how these were released under the name Shining Time Station. For those of you who don't know, when Thomas the TV show first came to the US in the early 90s, the show was called Shining Time Station and was about these kids hanging out in a train station. There was the magic Mr. Conductor, and he would tell the kids the Thomas stories. I've got the Thomas and Annie and Clarabelle passenger train set, and I've got the James and the Troublesome Truck. Alright, so let's open up Thomas's box first. Alright, so first here we are, we have Clarabelle. And we also have Annie. They have some really interesting bogey designs on the bottom of these cars. Alright, here you go everyone, here's Thomas the Tank Engine in G-scale. Actually, I'd say it's kind of cute. You know, you have the smokestack, you got a fantastic, classic-looking Thomas face here. But I'm noticing that the pinstriping up here is not painted at all. The wheels are really small. Now, you want to know something really interesting? This wasn't the last time that Lionel made a G-scale Thomas, because in the early 2000s, they actually re-released this again, and this is what Thomas looked like then. You can see that they're the exact same model and everything, but this newer early 2000s Thomas, he has a brighter paint, he has more details painted. This one definitely looks nicer, but this is the classic. This is a really cool one. Alright, yeah, so pretty cool, but let's move on to James. Alright, so here's the Lionel James, just like Thomas. We have a picture of the James from the TV show. These older Lionel trains, they came with different faces that you could put on top of the train. I don't actually have any of these faces. Alright, here's James's tender, looking pretty cool, all plastic. And here's James. Now James and Thomas actually have the exact same chassis, same wheels, same rods, same motor. I guess the only difference is that James has a front wheel. James has a really classic looking face. This looks just like James from the show. But he is missing a lot of details. You know, he doesn't have the gold lining, he doesn't have a white running board. His dome should be gold. But I gotta tell you, this James here, this is much better than the O-gauge one that Lionel made a few years later. But now let's get the Troublesome Truck. Alright, so here's the Troublesome Truck. Once again, we have the Shining Time Station branding. Look at the drawings of these faces. I hate this. Alright, and here's the Lionel G-scale Troublesome Truck, and you know, I gotta say, this is pretty lazy, Lionel. They just took one of their American gondola freight cars, just painted it gray, and gave it a really scary looking face. Now the truck actually comes with two other faces that are in my hand here. All you do is you slide this off, you can put it inside the truck, and then you can just slap another one on just like that. It's that easy. That is one angry looking truck. Now Thomas's set actually came with a whole bunch of G-scale tracks, so let's set up that track and we'll give Thomas a run first. Alright, let's get Thomas on the tracks. Alright, and let's turn up this controller slowly and see if Thomas still has any juice left in him. Squeaky, but working. You know, so it turns out that Thomas isn't the one squeaking, it's the plastic wheels on Annie and Clarabelle that makes the train keep squeaking. Thomas, he runs fine. Well, this was cool, but now let's put James on the track. Alright, let's run James. These are definitely classic model trains. These models haven't been produced since the 90s, and because they were associated with Shining Time Station, and they got fizzled out by the O-gauge Lionel Thomas range, these sets, completely intact and even with their boxes, are very rare nowadays. They are extremely collectible, and finding the models in good condition can cost you a pretty penny. They don't look as good as the Bachmann G-Scale products, but I can certainly tell you they run better. These two trains were sitting in the attic for close to 15 years and they are still kicking. The Bachmann trains have motors that don't last. If you were getting into G-Scale, I'd definitely get the Bachmann G-Scale Thomas products. But if you're a collector and want something really collectible and rare, I think these old Lionel Thomas models have a lot of charm and personality. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe and watch more videos of reviews and model trains. This has been thomasdotd, and I hope to see you all again real soon.